Bend the knee. Valamogolis, everybody. This is Don Willie back again with another video, and this is the second in my weekly live stream series, Opinions of Ice and Fire. And today I got on the sniper hat because I'm taking aim at the mother of dragons, fire and blood herself, Daenerys Targaryen. So this one was actually requested by one of my subscribers, Ricky Hunt. Shout out to you and Hail Hydra as always. And you know, so I'm just so you guys know, put it out there who you might want to see for this. That's who you will actually see. And hopefully this time around the audio and the video sync up because I was having an issue with that last time. So if anybody knows anything about how to get OBS to act right on a MacBook, please let me know because I'm tired of looking at the audio and video and it not syncing up the way it should be. Anyway, let's get to talking about Danny. So, he actually asked me to bash Daenerys, and I actually find it a little hard to bash Daenerys. You gotta think she started this whole thing as a teenager, very young, timid teenager who had been beaten down by her brother for a while. He tried to pass her around like an offering plate. I mean, come on, the dude was talking about that he would let all 10,000 of Khal Drogo's Dothraki horde and his horses bang it out if it means that he would get the crown to Westeros. Yeah, that's pretty mean, right there. So, it's kind of like, well, what do you expect for her to do when Khal Drogo is up there pouring the molten gold over his head and giving him the crown that he so desperately desired? But Daenerys, a lot of people have looked to her as kind of this big savior of the whole thing. And look, she's cool, but she does have flaws, as any teenager would, especially when she's been hearing about the greatness of her family, and it was brought down by Robert Baratheon. And shout out to everyone in the chat. And yeah, but look, unfortunately I can't do anything about the audio right now, but sooner or later I'm going to get this right. I didn't spend way too much money for it to not right at some point. And don't worry, I will bring up the chat a little bit later after I finish discussing Daenerys. And also I'm going to go back and take a look at some of the comments from the last video and answer some of them. I didn't answer them in the chat, but I'll answer them on here, so if anybody who's watching, you're gonna see. So Daenerys is funny because as I stated before, she is someone who has kind of an inflated sense of self due to what she's heard from her brother, and the greatness of the Targaryen dynasty. But yet here you have her who's been pretty much poor for most of her life, other and leaning on charity in order for her to get by. And it's hard to know where to stand with her because she has made a lot of mistakes, and it's funny because she keeps on talking about how her mission is to get back to Westeros and to reclaim her father's throne, but yet she spent all the books that we have read so far not doing that, like whatsoever. Like, all right, she goes Hearth. She gets into that whole debacle there. He has House of the Undying Vision, which was a dope chapter. Which the Hype Watch is trying to get Elio and Linda in on that one, but scheduling conflict, so they may not actually be able to be on that chapter when we do that one. But who knows? Um, and then also we have her going to Slaver's Bay. Now, depending on how you see it, it was either a noble pursuit to go out and try to free the people of Slaver's Bay, even though her family comes from the Valyrian culture originally, which actually controlled part of that. Or they might have controlled Slaver's Bay at the height of the Valyrian Empire. And let us not forget that the Valyrians were slavers. So it would be interesting to see like what some of her ancestors, either from Valeria, either the original like the original people who came to Westeros, what is it, Aenar Targaryen. It would be interesting to see like what he would think about her going into Slaver's Bay and basically trying to free the people there. And I oh you know I have mixed feelings about her way of doing things because again, we want to see her get to Westeros. This is the thing that we've been anticipating for a very long time, and finally they given it to us in the show where they're going to, based on the previews, and she's going there with the dragons and she's gonna conquer this, that, and the third, right? Um, this is one of those characters where George has written it in such a way that she has become divisive, and I'm not exactly sure as to why she has become so divisive. Because, like, if you look at what I talked about with Catelyn, right? You know, um, Catelyn had the kind of flaws that that you have to be. I'm sorry, you got to be a despicable person to like Catelyn. I'm just gonna say that. But Daenerys isn't necessarily despicable. She is she is misled, right? And she's trying to get back on the right path, and unfortunately, she just doesn't know what the right path is. Now, the back and forth between her and Jorah was a very interesting dynamic because here you have Jorah who's like in his 40s trying to hit on like 14 or 15-year-old Daenerys, and forget about product of their time, etc., etc. Listen, man, I'm not trying to hit on no teenagers. Honestly speaking, teenagers, are very kind of funny looking. Most people look uh uh don't really look good until they fully matured, until they get in like their early to mid 20s. So you got a 40-year-old man trying to holler at a teenager. Ugh, I can't I can't even do it. Um, shout out to the new people who have come to the chat. There's a couple of names I haven't seen before. Jason Weeks, what's happening? Any sports car podcast. Sorry. Um, somebody I've actually done a podcast with before. And Todd Fowler, what's going on? And also Ray West. Um, but okay, I'm sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought for a second. Let me grab my beer and get back on track here. Um, so yeah, I don't understand the whole pedophile vibe and from Jorah, and it was crazy, right? So like one instance where I felt like Daenerys was kind of was kind of out of line was when she's with these dudes outside of Marine, and there's a whole thing about confrontation with Jorah and Barristan Selmy, with Barristan Selmy outs him. Um, and Barristan is kind of he's pleading his case as to how he's been loyal to Daenerys or whatever, and he just wants to do the right thing, but he wanted to see who she was first because of how her father had been. And because she's not thinking rationally, I mean, I guess, because of the way that Jorah just got outed, she's just like, all right, well, the only way I can test your loyalty is to send you to possibly die for me. Um, and that to me was a little odd because it's like, all right, well, the dude saved you earlier, right? He was sent by Illyrio. Um, he was sent by Illyrio, who you already know has been on your side, right? And so it's just a little difficult to see, like, all right, if the dude has been riding with you this whole time, and he's telling you, look, I had to hide myself because of what happened with your father. I don't see how sending him to possibly die helps your cause. But it is what. Um, she's kind of a fool a little bit when it comes to dealing with her dragons, because you know, and you kind of have to expect her to be, right, because no one else has seen dragons for over 100 years. She walked into a fire, came out, and only thing that happened to her was she lost her hair. But now she has, three dragons. Everybody's clamoring to get the dragons, and she's trying to figure out now, how do I parlay this into my successful campaign. So I can't necessarily fault her on that in terms of how she interacts with the dragon, how she lets that kind of cloud her judgment or whatever. So it's a thing where I don't know, like, how would any of you act if all of a sudden, you had if you had dragons all of a sudden, after not, you know after they're not being dragons for 100 years, you know uh and it's funny because she's got a lot of wins. I think she needs to take a major loss in the Winds of Winter. I think she really needs to take a major loss in the Winds of Winter. She needs to lose one of her dragons. One of the dragons has to die. One of them has to die, and I don't think it's going to be Drogon, because at the end of the day, I think that she is going to be offered. She's going to be offered the kingdom after all this is said and done. I think after the war is over, she's going to look around and be like, "Yo, you know what? I don't think I want this. Yes, I fought for it all this time, but I don't think I want this. I'm going on my dragon and my one remaining, because I think she's going to lose two by the end of the story. I think she's going to lose two. She's going to still have one left, and I think that she's going to hop on the back of Drogon and just be like, "All right, you know what? I'm done. I'm going across the Sunset Sea or something." Um Um, pardon me one moment. Tell somebody that we are live now. In fact, it is actually the person who yeah, it's the person who actually fired this particular live stream. Um, get rid of this before I wind up screwing something up. All right, so um, yeah, as far as Daenerys is concerned, I think that at the end of it, it's gonna wind up being probably in the epilogue. Just kind of recounting the story of how Daenerys became a fabled dragon queen. Um, yeah, she's gonna be a fabled dragon queen or whatever. And yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't drunk enough beer, so I'm starting to lose my train of thought. I know that's kind of ridiculous. Beer normally makes you lose your train of thought, not focus. All right, sorry about that. So, as I said, um, she's gonna hop on the dragon, and I think she's gonna go across the narrow sea, and she's going to discover whatever. But I don't think we're ever gonna find out about it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a follow up to Daenerys' story. If we do get any kind of follow up, I think it will be another Legend of the Dragon Queen. Uh, wherever whatever the continent is going to be called, that's west of the Sunset Sea, and it'll be like 1,000 years ago, the Dragon Queen came over and did blah 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 blah, but nobody believed that it was same way how we don't believe in dragons today. So, um, geez, trying to think what else. I mean, look, honestly speaking, there's not really much that I can really say about Daenerys in terms of what she's done wrong, because I think the fact that she is still trying to navigate the world that she grew up in, and especially in the newfound position that she's now in, because remember, all this time she really wasn't supposed to be anybody. She was just supposed to be uh Viserys's, you know, queen consort. She wasn't supposed to really have any power. It was supposed to be all about Viserys ruling, and this is what she grew up with for like the first 12 years of her life. Right? So now you got to figure, in the past 2 to 3 years now is where she's hearing about, okay, well, you can be bigger, you can go and possibly even rule the seven kingdoms. You're the one who brought back dragons. You're great, this, that, and the third. So, what kind of psychological, kind of tug of war is she gonna be dealing with now, especially now that she went from having no confidence in herself to now everybody pushing her to the forefront and telling her how great she is. Now, um, oh, got a couple of new people in the chat room. Sorry, what's going on to everybody? We have I'm not even Mike Hunt, all the way from Australia. Thunderclap, Brendan Parker, and Marilyn Bentley. What's going on, everybody? Um, so all right, so the thing that I'm wondering now with her is, where is going to be, I guess, the equilibrium point, right? Where is going to be the point where it kind of levels out for her and she's able to kind of gain her bearings a little bit more, to where she's able to see through the fog. Because remember, she's still dealing with the whole prophecy of being betrayed 3 times, and we're still not even 100% sure what the betrayals are, right? Because yes, you got the Jorah thing, you got the Miri Mazdor thing, you got the people in Karth. Uh, she's thinking it could be Barristan, it could be Hisdar. So it's a hard thing to navigate when it comes to the whole prophecy thing. You got Quaith and all her shenanigans with the glass candles and all that. Uh, so I'm like, it's just one of those things where she's not gonna be able to properly function until she reaches an equilibrium with the way that she's kind of I don't know, how she's how she's viewing society and how she's treated by society, because she's still coming across people who have a very imperialistic attitude and also a patriarchal attitude towards her. Because remember, she I don't know if she even knows about the whole thing with Dornish law or whatever. But her not probably not even growing up with any knowledge of what Dornish law is, she's not going to really react to that too much. So I think that, at least in the books, the thing that will set her off on a more focused path will be Tyrion, the same way it has been in the show. Because if you look at what happened in the Battle of the Bastards episode, she came back, Marine is under attack, and what is the first thing she wants? She's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna burn down everything. And Tyrion had to talk her down off that ledge and say, hey, what, hold on, hold on. I don't think we want to, do what your father would have done. We need to, ease back on this. I got an idea. So I think that, as much as I hate to rely on the show for where the books might be going, I think that this is something that Dan and Dave, uh, this is a cue that they've actually taken from the books, that they've gotten right in the tone. Maybe not so much in the actual actions of what will happen that get her there, but just the tone and the way of the way that it's gonna wind up moving. So I could see that happening. Now the question is, once she reaches her equilibrium, once she reaches a more level-headed state of mind, what will she do next? Because if she's gonna go to Westeros and have to, she's taking her remaining Dothraki, Windblown, Second Sons, whoever else, after this war in Marine, and whatever outcome uh, that is, she essentially will be a foreign invader. She might have the Targaryen name, but she is not going to be coming to Westeros with any local soldiers. And not only will she not be coming with any local soldiers, um, as it stands right now, I'm pretty sure that everyone thinks that she killed Quentin Martell, like that she, set the dragon on him to kill him, because uh, 2 men from House Ironwood, and I forget what their names are right now, they haven't made it back to Westeros in order to tell exactly what happened. So, when word reaches over there, it's gonna be, oh, you know, Quentin got ate by a dragon. He got burned alive by a dragon. Daenerys didn't like him, so she sicked the dragon on him, etc., etc. So, uh, how is she gonna deal with hearing from Viserys all this time that people are waiting for the Targaryens to come back, only to find out that when she gets there, that she is not as welcome as she's been led to believe for. That's going to be the kicker right there. And shout out to a couple of folks who just entered the room. We got man Moji, we got Darren Scottish Boy, we got Steph, and we have David Adams, and also our man, one of the big homies on YouTube, Don Tony Teflon TV. What's happening? Um, and also we have Scottish, Scott Scout. I'm sorry, drinking too early, but not long enough. Um, Scout Tiny Productions, and we also got Vala Margolis, and I like to say Vala Dohiris, and yeah, so I just want to see what is going to happen when she has to actually face against when she has to face against the people that she's trying to rule. Because if you're thinking that she's really going to have anyone on her side when she gets there, that's going to be the thing that's going to shock people. She's going to get the Westeros, because remember, she's already got Aegon there, right? Aegon is trying to get whatchamacallit. Aegon is trying to get House Martell on his side right now. So Ariane is there trying to assess him, right? You got the Lannisters who are still in play. You got the Boltons who are actually still in play there. But you got the whole possible Grand Northern conspiracy. You uh got High Garden who's still in play. I mean, like right now, Westeros is ripe for the taking, but at the same point, she's gonna have a lot more opposition than she could possibly imagine. Um, Shout out to Staffer and Julie Renig Reniger. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Uh, but you know what? Look, enough of me rambling on about what I think about Daenerys. Um, look, the long and short of it, when it comes to what I think about Daenerys, is she, like everyone else, is a flawed individual, but I think her flaws come from being misinformed, and the things that she has done that we would consider to be egregious come from being misinformed rather than malintent. Because you have some people who are absolutely malicious and are thinking about how can I burn the world to the ground and sit on to this king or queen of the ashes. And I don't think that's not what she's about whatsoever. It's just that because of the fact that she's been misled, one, from her brother, and also Drogo. The way that she was treated by Drogo in the beginning before she was able to kind of uh uh, uh use her sexuality to kind of gain a little bit of power over him. It's been a big difference in the way that she's been able to interact with people. And then after she gets the dragons, and people hear about the dragon, that she's able to actually be physically imposing, taking the Unsullied, getting these different sellsword companies to come to her side. Now it's a thing where she went from 0 to 60, and she almost has no breaks, almost no breaks whatsoever. So how is she how is she gonna be able to possibly ride the wave of success properly, without some kind of training wheels? She's not gonna be able to do that. But I want to actually I want to open this up for the chat, to questions and all that stuff. So put your questions in the chat, and I will switch over so this way people can see what everybody else in here is talking about. All right? Okay. So and speaking of theories, I've been talking about my new brand theory that I've been working on for a while, and I have the answers to how I want to like where it ends up. It's the how I get there. I want to make sure to explain it logically. It's going to show you. I got it on the iPad right now. I want to show you, like, I've been kind of typing away on this. I'm not actually going I'm not actually going to show you what it's called yet. I just want to show you. I've been typing a lot here for this. You know, see the glare, whatever. I'm still, uh, still, typing away. You can see I got a few paragraphs here. If the goddamn glare would stop for a moment, hold on. See if I can stop the glare. Nah, it's not showing. All right, whatever. I'm trying here. But as soon as I'm able to finally get this finished, I will post the damn video for you guys to see. All right. So we got a question from Ray West. Don, how in the book will Danny keep the Dothraki from tearing shit up? Can't be easy as the show. Can't be as easy as the show. Um, I mean, look, the Dothraki follow strength. Their whole thing is, uh, we follow the person who is the absolute strongest. Now, honestly speaking, I think that what the show did is the kind of crux of the situation, right? It's gonna be that she's marched across the Dothraki Sea, all the way back to Vay's Dothrak to find out who she is, and they're deliberating on what they're gonna do with her. Finally, Drogon comes, and everybody is kind of forced to bend the knee once Drogon shows up again. So that's what I think is gonna wind up happening. I just think that in the book it's gonna be over a much longer period of time. It's not gonna be just like how it was with one episode where or two episodes or however long it was, but it wasn't a very long time. I think like if they were to do in the show how I think it will be done in the book, it probably would have been half the season or maybe even more. So that's what I'm thinking is. Oh, in fact, wasn't it about half? No, yeah, it was about half the season. But you know what the thing? It would have been like full episodes, like half the season worth of like full 60-minute episodes worth of Daenerys. So just to show you the scope of how long it. All right, hold up. Let's see. Question. All right, so next one from Thunderclap. Who will she team up with? Aegon, Ironborn, or the North? That is a very interesting question. Um, Ironborn, somehow I doubt it unless we really get something substantial on Asha Greyjoy. Uh yeah, unless we really get something substantial on her, that is going to be the Ironborn. Aegon, I don't think she's going to team up with Aegon because I don't think she's going to believe that he's real. But B, even if she does believe he's real, I think she's going to be like, hey, well, you know what? I brought back the dragons and you didn't. I deserve to be queen. Bend the knee. The North, has their own problems. I don't think that the North and the South are going to wind up meeting again for a while. Daenerys is going to be too bogged down in the South till the White Walkers get closer to the wall. I don't think that the North and the South are going to really action. All right, so next up we have Scout Tiny Productions. Do you think if the Night King is killed, the lands of Always Winter will disappear? There was no snow when he skated. Um, hmm, that is a very interesting. Um, well, see, here's the thing, right? So we already know that the lands of Always Winter are far north. And as far as we know, it could be by by a polar cap. So I mean, like it might just always be the lands of Always Winter. Now, I mean, there's a bunch of like kind of climate change theories going around with Game of Thrones. Man, that is a good question. That is a very good question, man. I doubt that the lands of Always Winter will cease to exist. I mean, but you know, it's possible that you don't ever actually get to kill the Night's King. Maybe there's some way that they form a truce, but I mean, like, I don't, I don't know, man. Like, man, a Night King dying. You know what? I'll have to contemplate on that one. I'll have to contemplate on that one. Maybe I'll come back to that one because that one. That's a heavy question. That's a heavy question. All right. The next up from Todd Fowler. Do you think Gendry will come back this season and restore House Baratheon? House Baratheon is dead. House Baratheon is done for. Done for. House Baratheon ain't coming back. Shout out to the low flying helicopter. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but there's a helicopter flying overhead right now. Shaking the hell out of my damn house is flying so. Um, Shout out to my man JD, Rogues for Life. You already know what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to get to a question. How? All right, so this one from Steph. How will Danny react? John getting on one of the dragons. Um. Hmm. All right. So I don't think that she will realize that it. Hmm. Okay. All right. So let's follow the logic here. So if it's only supposed to be supposedly that Targaryens can get on to a dragon, then obviously that's going to raise some questions in her mind because she's going to be wondering to herself. And um, at this point, as far as we know in the story, there's no one other than maybe Howland Reed, who knows the truth about John's birth, right? Who's still alive anyway. So let's say John still hasn't met Howland Reed yet. He still knows nothing about anything as far as any of this is concerned. He still thinks that his father is Ned Stark and has no idea who his mother is. So he gets on one of the dragons. Daenerys starts asking him questions that he isn't able to answer, and then somewhere along the line we get the somewhere along the line is where we get the reveal. Um, that is a real loaded question, only because the only because it won't like it I don't know, only because we're not sure what the full implications are. Um, yeah, we're not sure what the full implications are in terms of how that will play out. Like because because all right, I also don't remember if she. I don't think she knows anything about the Rhaegar Lyanna situation, or she might. If she knows about the Rhaegar Lyanna situation, she might start to question that as well and think to herself, like, okay, could John be Rhaegar's son? Now, it might be a far fetched conclusion to jump to that, but she would have to at least ask, because remember, we've already seen Brown Ben Plum, right? And one of the dragons came to him, and he was like, "Oh well, yeah, I got a drop of dragon blood, and that's all you really need." And we know about the whole thing with the dance of the dragons. So just based off of that, Daenerys would have to start asking questions, and it's whether or not John has any answers to that, or she's fully aware of the Rhaegar Lyanna. No, but even if she's aware of the Rhaegar and Lyanna situation, everybody thinks of John as Ned's son. So yeah, I think she would be astonished, but she would have questions, and it might be a while before she ever gets the answer. And Smokescreen, yeah, Chris from Smokescreen was saying that he thinks it's possible that John never finds out who his parents are, and that would be absolutely devastating. Uh, yeah, that would be absolutely devastating, honestly speaking. So man, yeah, I just damn, that would be so fucking screwed. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Make sure I didn't skip any questions. Anybody thinking I purposely skipped on purpose? So yes, that sentence was redundant. Wow. All right, so Shayna 83. What is Marwyn after? Marwyn is after the truth. Uh, the thing I'm wondering, the thing I'm wondering is how much does Marwyn know, right? Because if Marwyn is saying to Sam like, "Hey, look, the Maesters are the ones who basically killed the dragons last time around. They don't want the Targaryens around. Um, he's been all over the world and doing all this different stuff. Uh, the question has to, yeah, I mean, like, it's a good question. Like, what is Marvin after? Uh, I just think Marvin is looking A for balance, and B, he's looking for the truth, right? Is magic as dangerous as it seems? Um, can magic be controlled? Who are the true agents of chaos? Is it the maesters? Is it the people who are magic wielders? And Marwyn is that guy who he's glimpsed he's glimpsed the other side of life that a lot of people in Westeros don't believe is real, right? So for him, it's like, I don't know the full scope of everything, but I know there's more to it. He's been picking up pieces here and there for years. And so now with the whole thing of Daenerys possibly being on her way back, he's like, all right, well, I think that, not that he's going to deter her from coming back to Westeros, but I think he's gonna probably be like, look, it's not what you think it is, and when you get there, even if you win, you have to be careful because there's still people out there who want to take you down. So he might be another piece to the puzzle in Daenerys finding out who she is and what her like how her purpose is, or I'm not even sure if I'm using the right words, but like, just I hope you're following me here. I'm not a great verbal gymnast, but I hope I've answered your question as to what Marwyn uh after. Um. Oh wow. So okay, this one is interesting. This one from Thunderclap. Could Marwyn have been Rhaegar's maester at Dragons? Hmm. That is a very interesting question. And a good one because Marwyn. Oh, Ion, you were crazy. Marwyn. I don't. I mean, like, so here's the thing. So Marwyn doesn't really give Sam much in the way of what he did earlier in life, right? So, I mean, I think that if Marwyn was the Maester of Dragonstone, we probably would have got a little bit of background on him because these books are very exposition heavy. Now, it could be that Marwyn winds up telling Daenerys this when he actually meets her. You know, it could be a thing where she, she's like, "Oh, who are you? Why are you trying to help me?" And then Marwyn tells, "Hey, I was your brother's maester when he was the Prince of Dragonstone, and ever since the fall of the Targaryen dynasty, and they shipped me back to the Citadel, I've been um I've been working secretly to try to get a Targaryen back on the. Finally, I found you." So that could be. Um, let's see here. Danny probably likely ancestry. I mean, well, okay, so Mike. Yeah, look, I totally agree with you in terms of thinking that is his ancestry, but the question would have to be, because if it's a Targaryen, if John has some sort of Targaryen ancestry, well, A, he doesn't know who his mom is, right? So not knowing who his mom is, um, it's going to be a question of, could she have been a Targaryen descendant of some sort? Because we don't know of any Starks or any Targaryens who married into the Stark family. Oh, that probably would have been, common knowledge, or I don't know, maybe not. Who knows? Um, and the funny thing about it is, real quick, there actually should be a lot more Targaryens out there, based off of not only the Dance of the Dragons, but also Aegon the Unworthy's bastard. Because remember, he legitimized all his bastards. We don't even know all of them, right? We know of the like some of them. Um, we know of some of them from the world of Ice and Fire, not all of them. And I think we're supposed to get the entirety of them in Fire and Blood. So I just want you guys to think about something. He legitimized all of his bastards, and so that means there really should be some Targaryen descendants out there somewhere. There should be other Targaryens. I don't know why none of them have been introduced. Maybe they're just not important to the story. But I mean, like unless you want to say Brown Ben Plum, right? But Brown Ben Plum should not be the only one. Not at all. You should have more Targaryens, and also there should be more Baratheons, because if you think about it, um, whoa, what the hell was that? Oh wow, somebody just subscribed to me or something like that. I'm sitting up there like, holy shit. uh, thank you for the subscription. I didn't even see who the hell that was. Uh, KKAK47. Okay, thank you. Um, so yeah, yo, that actually threw me off because I wasn't watching the screen. I just heard that pop up and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Um, okay, so yeah, Cersei talked about how Robert was sleeping with one of his cousins, right? So that means, all right, and remember, Robert's uh Robert's hold on, who the hell was Robert's mom? Because it doesn't say who. See, now I gotta go to the damn Ice and Fire wiki because I gotta figure out who the hell Robert's mom was. Because I need to know. I need to know about Bobby. Come on, what are you? Bobby. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, folks. Give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to see family tree real quick and see who the hell his mother was. I don't even know if they talked about who his mom. Oh, okay. Cassandra Estermont. Okay. Okay, so Cassandra Estermont. So I guess the cousin. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. The cousin he slept with was an Estermont. Yo, okay. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. So, why is it that the royal families are so damn small? Like I understand about about keeping bloodlines pure, et cetera. But like, oh, the royal families are like fucking tiny. It's like they can be wiped out within one generation, which like a lot of families, period, it doesn't seem like they could be wiped out in one generation. So yeah, that's just kind of crazy. Um, shout out to some of the new people we got in chat. Saga, Poetic, Bodic Flux, what's happening? Uh, Weirwood Tree, Valodohyrus, George R. R. Martin in the house. All right. I could have sworn I saw another book. I mean, another book. Could have sworn I saw another question. My bad. Give me one sec, folks. I'm just scrolling. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. So from Valamogolis, we have is Ironwood Deadwood. Is Ironwood Dead Weirwood or its opposite, aka Black's Sight on. Huh. So Ironwood is that Deadwood? So all right. So I'll be honest with you. The only things I really know about Ironwood is like from the video game, the Telltale game. Um, and that's from watching my man Josh from Geeksiders play it. There's not really a big description of like what Ironwood is. I mean, I know it's supposed to be kind of as strong as weirwood, except it has like properties where it doesn't like really burn like that. Um, look at let's look at Ironwood real quick. Go to the wiki, check out. Uh oh, see, and it's funny because the way you spelled it like the house, not the actual tree. So again, house Ironwood. All right, so let's look at Ironwood. Let's look at the article for Ironwood. Ironwood is a type of tree found in northern Westeros, including the Wolfswood in the north and the haunted forest beyond the wall. It is hard black wood. The doors of the crypts beneath Winterfell are made of ironwood, while the castle's guards wood as ironwood old as the realm itself. Um. Okay, so I guess it kind of would be the opposite of weirwood. On, but the thing about it is we don't really know what the properties are, though, right? So without knowing what the actual properties are, and again, the only things I know about it are from the video game, really. Uh, and in the video game, you can see it. You know, it lights on fire, and the fire turns blue, but it never really gets consumed by the fire, which is pretty interesting. You know, if you can have a wood that never like truly burns, but I believe that it had to be cultivated in a certain fashion. You couldn't just you can't just grow ironwood. It needs to be cultivated. You can't just like throw down some seeds and expect the thing to grow on its own. It really farmed. At least I think so. At least I've only seen him play the game once, so I don't remember now. It was a few months ago. Okay, Biotic Flux asks what makes the forest haunted. I'm pretty sure it's the White Walkers and damn giant ice spiders. Because White Walkers and the Whites look like undead things. Um, and if you're sitting there by a campfire, maybe you just went on a nice little hunt. You're sitting there with a kid trying to teach him the ways of hunting. You got an elk or boar or whatever sitting by the campfire, and the next thing you know, you just see like some shadowy figures just stalking past in the distance, hardly making any sound. See some giant some things that look like the shadow of spiders, but the shadows are way bigger than they should be. That would make the forest haunted. That should make it haunted as fuck. Oh man. Um All right. So anyone else have any other questions? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's say wasn't going by a game. Um, you know what? I'm not exactly sure what theories are going around about Ironwood. Yeah, I'm not sure what theories are going around about Ironwood. So be able to wouldn't be able to elaborate. I mean, if it happens to be theories that are on Reddit, I'm not really a big Reddit guy. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if anybody got any interesting stuff that they feel like I should read on Reddit. Let me know. But I'm not a Reddit dude. I posted a couple of videos on there, and um, I think some people took issue with that. Fuck them. All right. All right. Cool. So look, while you guys are still chatting away in the chat, I actually want to go and check out comments from my last video and kind of reply to some of the people there. So if you didn't get a reply on the actual video last time in the comment section, hopefully you will see this video here and actually um actually be able to get a reply to your comment. So as soon as this damn thing loads up, sometimes it shit takes long. Oh hell, live stream. And it's funny, you know, as much as I love my MacBook because I just happen to be in love with Apple products for whatever stupid reason, expensive as all hell. Um, man, like for some reason this shit has been hard as fuck to live stream on ever since I switched over to using OBS. It has been a pain in the ass, I swear. All right, so yeah, going back to comments, and I guess I will start from newest first. Uh, 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 uh. I wish Ricky Hunt could be here, but unfortunately, he's saying that it's not allowing him to see it on his phone. So yeah, sorry. Let's see here. All right, so we got one from M Haynes, and it's talking about how Catelyn never knew that Littlefinger was lying on his dick. So how could she? Now, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I do believe that either Tyrion or Renly or somebody brought it up to Catelyn. Uh, I do believe that somebody brought it up to Catelyn at some point. She could have sent the Raven. You know what I'm saying? Sent out that tweet like, "Yo, heard you been talking that smack, and you ain't never banged." But I do believe that she that someone mentioned that to her. I believe that, but I could totally be wrong. Um, let's see here. Man, you know what? I probably should have screenshotted some of this stuff. Because there's a lot of people that weren't liking Catelyn here. So got Matt who says 100% agree that I was right about Catelyn. Let's see here. Ricky Hunt says, I remember when Don interviewed Ilio and Linda, and no, and Ilio said Cat was his favorite character, and he said the face that I made was priceless. I'm gonna have to go back and actually actually watch that again because I don't remember the look that I gave. Let's see here. We have Jan. Hey, Roos. I'm sorry. Look, forgive me. I'm absolutely horrible with names sometimes, but hello to you in Germany, Guten Tag. Uh, I I don't think I've actually done as much bashing of Danny as you wanted, Ricky. It's hard to bash Danny only because she has been misled. She has been bamboozled, led astray, run amok. You know, she didn't land on Dragonstone. Dragonstone landed on her. Oh man. Uh, let's see here, and we have Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear with me. Ned could have shut that shit down with Catelyn. Uh, you know what? He could have. I don't know why he didn't. Um, yeah, I don't know why he didn't. Oh, don't worry. I, listen, don't think Ned is going to escape my wrath. Ned is not going to escape whatsoever. I got something for Ned's ass. Oh boy. Oh boy, I got something for Ned. Because, a lot of people love Ned. And the more I go back and read a Game of Thrones, you're gonna have to wait for my opinion. Oh man. Okay, so all right, so we got one from Thunderclap here. Can Danny get pregnant? Okay, so here's the thing. I do believe that Danny has gotten pregnant, and she had a miscarriage in the Dothraki Sea. They talked about her womb quickening again, and I think you don't get I don't think that you get the womb quickening. I mean, or all that blood that she had. Like I think it said her thighs were slick with blood or whatever. I don't think you get all that unless it happens to be miscarriage. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a gynecologist. Not quote me on that one. All right. Pretty sure George isn't either. But look, we've heard what the damn description is of that. All right. So I think that she did get pregnant. I think she had a miscarriage, or maybe who knows? Maybe she's like Liza because remember, Liza drunk the Tansy tea, the Moon tea, or whatever the hell it is the Hoster Tully gave her, and she had miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage after that. Now, could that be possible? For that to happen to Danny, it is very possible. I mean, maybe not in the same way, but maybe it's not for her to get pregnant again. Who knows? Oh man. Ricky really does not like yeah, Ricky really does not like Danny. And what's up, Lava Dog? I'm not. You know what, Rick, I don't understand. I don't understand exactly why it is that you don't like Danny so much. Yeah, I don't understand why you don't like Danny so much. Honestly speaking, I mean, if you really think about her, in her story, she's just someone who's been uh misinformed, greatly misinformed. None, and I've said this earlier, none of what she's done has been like strictly out of malice. It's her trying to find her way. And unfortunately, sometimes when you're trying to find your way, you make mistakes. You happen to have three magical beasts at your beck and call, you make big mistakes. So, I mean, you gotta give her just a little bit of a pass, man. All right, you gotta give her a little bit of a pass, bro. I mean, and plus you gotta fight off, fucking old man Jorah. I'm trying to get at her. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, like her lusting after Dario And yeah, I didn't talk about that shit. Like lusting after Dario was like fucking stupid. Uh, oh man. Okay, whatever. What about Danny Forster? Had the one. But did I miss that? Danny forced the merchant in the slavery and had her. Okay, I mean, you know what? Danny isn't my favorite character, so I don't read. I don't go back and read her chapters a lot. I read more like freaking the brand chapters because I'm trying to work on this theory. Uh, yo, wow. Hold, yeah. You know what? You're gonna have to point me to what chapter that was because I don't remember her forcing no merchants into slavery and making the making making people watch as the daughters get tortured. That's crazy. Um. Okay. Brandon Parker asks, "What about all those labor camps she stuck?" Okay. Wait. What? Oh, yo, I'm missing a lot about Daenerys. Then, if you're saying that then she would set up labor camps. Oh, for the masters. You know what? Fuck those guys, man. They were assholes. Fuck them. Look, look. Not for nothing. You're talking to an American black man. I'm not gonna give a fuck about nobody who used to be a slave master. I have no sympathy for him. Oh man, shout out to Lord of the Last Hearth. Tony, what's happening, man? Uh, 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 to the Dance with Dragons. Okay. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna have to go, Ricky. I'm gonna have to go back, read a Dance with Dragons, and see the whole thing about torture. I do remember that she had the kids as hostages, and was like, hey, if this shit with the Sons of the Harpy doesn't stop, I'll kill a kid. Come on, you already know she isn't gonna kill the goddamn. Okay, you know she isn't gonna kill the kids. So come on, man. Let's. She's not Joffrey. You know, don't put her in that category. That's not fair. That's not fair at all, bro. Come on, don't do that. Oh man. Yeah, Mockingbird for King. One of these days. Listen, yeah, y'all don't even know. I actually have the House Baelish banner, and I got the damn Mockingbird pin. It's Mockingbird Life Series. Mockingbird Life. There you heard me. Oh man. Diana Prince. Oh, we got one woman in the house. Uh, can we talk about Viserion dying? Are we talking books or show here? Because in the books, Viserion is not dead yet. It is speculated that he will die in the show. Um, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm trying to stay away from possible show spoilers. You know, yeah, let's see here. Oh, Lava Dog. Lava Dog has a question for me, and it's is Roris planning to crash your stream as part of her ongoing war on the so it's funny because me and Roris, we're cool or whatever, but she has this thing against Peter Baelish, blessed be his name. Uh Look, I don't first off, I don't even think she subscribed to me. Like I know her, we've talked before, we're cool. I don't think she subscribed to my channel, so I don't even think she would know when I'm live streaming. So I mean, look, if you want to hit her up and tell her to try to crash my live stream, it's cool with me. Whatever. But just remember, Peter Bailey's zone right here. You're gonna get that work. Let's see here. Wait, okay, Ricky, I'm really gonna have to see this thing that you're talking about with him, with Danny having a wine shop dude arrested and watching her kids, you know, yeah, man, yo, like that shit is crazy. Yo, Warren, bro, you need to hit me up, man. Seriously, you've been super incognito forever. Shout out to my man Warren S. Britt, War Entertainment. Yo, dude, you need to holler at me, man. Seriously. You got my damn number, man. Hit me up. Um, let's see here. Okay, so the Boy Wonder. Oh, shout out to my man Boy Wonder from Toronto. Yo, I will be not in Toronto, but in Montreal. I'm trying to go there in August for a weekend, and who knows, maybe I hit up Toronto later on the way back or something. Okay, so sorry, the chat kind of just jumped on me real quick. I'm trying to see where my question went to. Why is it speculated that Viserion will die? Apparently, and spoilers, possible spoilers, for season 7. There was a supposed show leak, for season 7 that said that Viserion will die. And for those of you who know nothing about uh anything, I will just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say how he's supposed to die or the circumstances, but I will just say that it's if the show leaks are correct, then he will die. But that's all I will say. Right? Let's see here. Okay. Pooh Bear with me. So, do you think we will ever get? Do you think the show will ever give us strong Belwas? No, show will not give us strong Belwas. The closest thing that we got was the one scene with Tyrion in the fighting pits with the gift, with the dude, the big dude with like the funny looking sword. That's the closest thing we will get to strong Belwas, unfortunately. I really wish that yeah, I really wish that we would have got Strong Belwas, because he is an awesome character in the books. But yeah, they cut him out. So thanks, D&D. Okay, so from Jan from Germany. Do you think there are more dragons? I.e., Crypts of Winterfell, Yorn. Um. Okay, so you know what? There's still the thing of what did Bran see through summer in that chapter? Because you get the whole giant winged snake thing, and obviously we're thinking of, when we think of a giant winged snake, dragon that comes out of the ruins of Winterfell. Um, and supposedly there was a clutch of dragon eggs that was left by Rhaenys or Rhaenyra's dragon, or one of the queens that went up to Winterfell, and supposedly some dragon eggs were left in Fell Crypt. Um, Euron having a dragon, I doubt it. Him having that Valyrian steel armor, though, That is shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out History of Westeros. They just put up, I think they put it up finally, a new podcast about Euron, the Winds of Winter. It was Aaron Dampier chapter that got released. Brendan Parker asked, "Is it possible that Euron presents himself as the Mummer's dragon?" Um, Honestly speaking, I don't think so because everyone knows that Varys. Oh, my man JD had to bounce. Damn son, JD, we gotta get up. Um, Everyone knows that Varys is the Mummer's dragon. I mean, not that Varys is the Mummer's dragon. Varys is the Mummer. Mummer in Westeros means actor. Varys was an actor. So Aegon is the dragon he's backing. Transitive property. Aegon's Mummer's dragon. Mm-hmm. All right, so Ricky sent me the quote. I will check it out after the stream. Jerry, you fucking fuckity fuck you. Okay, so Jerry asked, if Dany was a football fan, is there any doubt she would be a Cowboys fan? Just like her house, they were once rulers, yet have been down for a while, but are coming back. Yeah, Cowboys ain't never come back. Stop it. Stop it. We already know what George feels about Cowboys. Ask Sir Patrick. Oh man. All right, so so we got another one from man Ricky. Yeah, do you think the runes on Royce's armor and sigil mean anything? It's in the old tongue, and I have a tinfoil theory. It keeps them from becoming white. Okay, well, see, here's the thing, right? So, the runes. I mean, like, all right, I only know about it being on Bronze John Royce's armor, right? Uh, and now, shoot. Now the thing about it, I got to look up, and this is the thing. I mean, there's so many characters, so many houses. Uh, like, are the voices? Are the voices first men? Oh yeah, House Royce of Runestone. Okay, and it's funny because I'm looking at the shield right now, and there's obviously something written on here, and I cannot read it. Oh, Ida Niles is confirmed. Yep. Yeah, I just got a new subscription. Yo, this is yo. Listen, man. If you guys don't know, like if you are doing live streams, don't know about Streamlabs. Yo, Streamlabs is awesome. Obviously, see, I can add my own little own caption to it and all that stuff. So when people subscribe, I get a notification. You guys get to see the notification live. So that is awesome. Bend the knee. Ion. Yeah, so that's how you get confirmed in your lands and titles. You must bend the knee, because only those who kneel can rise. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So that is yo, but that's a crazy question though, man. That is a crazy question. Will does it keep him from being white? I mean, well, because didn't Waymar Royce wind up becoming a white in the in the Game of Thrones prologue? I think he became a white in the Game of Thrones prologue. So, but then the question would be whether or not he had on voice armor. Oh, okay. So, all right, it's on relative Royce's armor. Hmm. I don't know. Well, obviously, Waymar didn't have it, right? So, okay. So, one from the boy Wonder here. Will we ever get at least one goddamn high tower in the show? Funny thing, Tower of Joy. Tower of Joy. So everyone assumed that the two Kingsguard that we got at the Tower of Joy were uh, Arthur Dane and Oswell Went. But apparently, the actor who played the other gentleman was supposedly Gerald Hightower. Now, you think about the name Hightower, and it's like we associate because if you think about back in the day, we had a police academy. There was Officer Hightower. Officer Hightower was tall as all hell, played by Bubba Smith. So we think that we think of high towers. They're supposed to be tall because of the name, but apparently that dude in the show was supposed to be Gerald Hightower. If that is true, then that means that we got a high tower in the show. But shit, we haven't even really have we actually even gotten any high towers in the books yet? I'm pretty sure we have. Probably some minor character. But we haven't got any. Like we haven't got an old man high tower because old man high tower's in the damn high tower for like 20 years and won't fucking leave. But hopefully we'll get a significant high tower that does something remarkable. Like god damn it, he can't sit in the fucking tower forever. All right, let's see here. Another one for Ricky. Did Waymar Royce know about the White Walkers? He refused to stay with Craster and meant that the wildlings are sleeping. Um, nah, I don't think he knew about the White Walkers. Uh, because I don't think he knew about the White Walkers. Or no, everyone's heard of them. Okay, so let me break it down like this. Everyone's heard of the White Walkers, whether they believe that the White Walkers were ever real, or whether or not they believe that the White Walkers no longer exist. That's a matter of perspective. Being that he comes from a First Men house, I'm pretty sure that he has heard tales of the White Walkers, and then plus also being on the wall, he's heard about the White Walkers, but actually believing because you can hear whatever. Whether or not you believe is a totally different story. So we'll have to see what happens with that. All right, so my man Lord of Last Hearth question: since the prologue for the Winds of Winter is going to be Jane Westerling, do you think the Blackfish or the Brotherhood without banners are going to rescue her on her way to Castle Rock? No, she's dead. She's dead. She's done for. I believe, and you know, I think we're gonna have to unfortunately rely on Dan and Dave for this one. I believe that the way that Talisa went out in the show, it was a foreshadow for the books. So if Jane Westerling is the POV character, we already know if you are the POV character in the in the prologue or the epilogue, you're dead. So if we, prologue, we read prologue, and then it's all, from a woman's perspective, then that woman turns out to be Jane Westerling. Just, just have to see who it is that kills her. Now, if it happens to be the Blackfish, that would be messed up, messed away for him to die. But yeah, Jane Westerling dead. She dead. Pour out a little liquor. She dead. Let's see. You know what's crazy? Like, this is actually about a half hour longer than my last one. Got no competition tonight, I guess. I don't know. Here. What about the Danes? No point for mentioning our will. You see them in present day in the show. No, we are not going to see any. Look, first off, uh, the show screwed up Dorne so damn badly and screwed over all of that stuff so damn badly that you have no way of introducing the Danes in at this point without it just being extra rando. It's gonna look rando as fuck. They just gonna be sitting up there like, yeah, yes, I'm such and such from House Dane. I'm sorry, has anybody ever heard House Dane? House Dane. Where are you guys from? Dorne. Has anyone ever heard of Dorne? Dorne? Anyone? We don't know what the fuck Dorne is. That's pretty much what's going to happen if they wind up showing up with a Dane nowadays. All right, let's see here. Oh man, oh man. So let's see from Aaron Francis. All right, so Don, why did Honorable Ned Stark kill the guy who ran from the Crows because of the others back in season 1? All right, so I mean, look, again, remember Ned was doing his duty by killing him. He was enforcing the law. If you are a deserter of the Night's Watch, then your life is forfeit. Uh, and again, you got to remember, it has been supposedly about 5,000 years since anyone has actually seen a White Walker. So at this point, the White Walkers are a myth, and Ned just didn't believe it. He's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. No. You're a coward. You gotta die like a coward. Don't give me the whole shit about the White Walkers. I'm just not buying it. Sorry. Off with his head. So that's what happened with that one, unfortunately for him. But we see who was actually actually right in. See, Ricky Hunt asks, is Wonder the White Fawn Septa Lemore? Most likely. We know that Wonder the White Fawn actually survived the whole ordeal with the Kingswood Brotherhood. I think that she would probably want to yeah, she would probably want to take on a new identity in order um to not stand out and to not be possibly prosecuted for her former crimes. So yeah, that makes sense that she would be Septa Lemore. Question from my man LT Giles. Who do you think the Tattered Prince is? So the Tattered Prince. So here's the thing. I actually at one point thought that he might be Maegor Targaryen. And for those of you who are wondering, like, how in the world can it be Maegor Targaryen? I'm not talking about Maegor the Cruel. I'm talking about the son of, hell's the guy's name again? Aryan, son of Aryan Bright Flame. But I'm off by, it was off by 3 years. So he's not Maegor Targaryen. Um, honestly speaking, I have no idea who the hell he could possibly be. I've looked into it and I'm sitting up there like Plantation Nobles, you know, somebody who might have been ousted, something. Dude, I have no idea who the hell Tattered Prince is. And I think the reason why we don't have many videos on a Tattered Prince is because nobody knows who he is, and they don't even have any speculations at this point. It's like, fuck it, whoever we thought he might have been, he's not that, so we're done. So look, you know what? I want you to, like, when you get the chance, if you're not on your phone, to, like, or if you're on your computer, or if you're not watching this video, I want you to type into YouTube search the Tattered Prince. You'll probably get all of 5 videos. Mine is gonna be one of them from the profile that I did, but I doubt you'll get any more than that. All right, let's see another one from Ricky. Are the Danes related to Valerians? Purple eyes aren't common after all. Probably, they're probably uh, older, not older version of Valerian, but they probably come from around the Valerian Peninsula, and like it's kind of like how you have um Japanese and Chinese. They are both essentially from the same place, but after thousands of years, when the first settlers moved from China to Japan, you know, yeah, they have a lot of similarities, but there's still a few differences. Like, for example, as far as we know, the Danes have black hair, where the Valerians all have like silver hair. So, uh, they have some sort of common ancestry somewhere, but it's just that when the Danes moved to Westeros, they retained only the purple eyes, and maybe at some point the Valerians, had a different color hair and it wound up becoming the silvery, silver white or silver gold over time. But who knows? Maybe George will explain that someday. Another one from Diana Prince. Why didn't the show writers have the other Starks, Arya and John? Oh, why didn't they have them all be wargs? Um. Okay, so why didn't he have all of them be wargs? He probably, they probably didn't have all of them be wargs because they wanted to give them some each a defining trait, right? So if you make all of them wargs, then none of them are really that special. But if you make Bran the only one with with the warging and green seeing abilities, that makes him super special. John is the one that can inspire people and he can come back to life if he dies. That makes him. Arya is the one that can change faces, or whatever, and that makes him special. And Sansa is the one that everybody feels is the key to the North, and that's what makes her special. So that's probably why uh Bran was the only warg in the and look, I didn't mean to make a joke about Blackfish dying. Yes, fuck Edmure. Edmure was a goddamn coward in the show. Let's see, Ion Troll. How many other deserters used White Walkers for? Maybe it was a common. Somehow I doubt that. Somehow I doubt. You never know. Um, okay, from Ida Niles, and I think you actually just subscribed to me, so thank you if that was you. Do you think Sansa will betray Jon? No, I don't think that Sansa will betray Jon, but I think that she right now has a chip on her shoulder because remember Jon in her mind is a bastard, and if it wasn't for her, she he wouldn't been able to defeat Ramsay. So she wants what what by right should be hers. And even though Jon is king in the north, it wasn't like he went and proclaimed himself as king. It was the bannermen who were like, hey, yeah, we're following him. So I don't think that she will betray him, but I do think she will try to undermine him and try to weaken his authority. And even though that's not as bad as betrayal, it can be just as dangerous, if not more. Because once they see her questioning his leadership, and if Jon isn't able to kind of put that in check, then other people will start to question his leadership too. And once you have dissension amongst the ranks, you know, there's not going to be any unifying force. But that can be dangerous for Sansa as well because you know if you have a bunch of men around who don't respect Sansa as a leader, then one of them is going to eventually rise up and be like, well, shit, she doesn't respect Jon as a leader. I no longer respect Jon as a leader because of this, but I also don't respect her, so maybe I need to step in. So it could possibly cause war. All right. Let's see another one for Ricky, and you know what? I'm gonna end in another 15 minutes or so because this actually went on a lot longer than I expected. But I'm glad that that all of you people have showed up here. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. All right. So for Ricky, will Daenerys get blamed for Quentin's death? Daenerys Drinkwater already blames her for Quentin's death. Yes, I talked about this earlier. She most certainly will get the blame for it, and unfortunately, because she is not the one telling the story, when it finally gets back to Westeros, the story will be that she set the dragon on Quentin, purposely killed him, just as a fuck you to Doran Martell. So that's what I'm saying. Daenerys is not gonna have many allies when she gets to Westeros, if any allies at all, and this is gonna be a major part of it. Major part of it. Let's see here. Another one from Steph. If and when Bran comes back, will Sansa become Lady Bolton as a title and move into the no. She's not gonna want the Bolton name. Uh, she's not gonna want the Bolton name. Yeah, no. Fucking Ramsay, uh, raped her on a regular basis, beat the shit out of her. No, she's not gonna want that name. You know, shit. The Dreadfort. I mean, you'd be lucky if she didn't burn down the Dreadfort. Seriously. Let's see here. Another one for Ricky. Will we ever see Willis Tyrell in the books? Will Edric Storm come back from the Free Cities? Edric Storm is donezo. Edric Storm ain't never coming back, and supposedly we're supposed to see the other Tyrell brothers. So I mean, I guess we'll see Willis, and maybe he'll be like the greatest archer of all time because since he can't, uh, you know, since he can't sword fight anymore or whatever, maybe he'll just be great on horseback. Forgive me if I'm going a little slow here. I'm trying to answer the questions. I kind of get bogged down a little bit. Let's see. Ricky, if Chardane isn't Quaith or Lemore, is it possible that she really committed? Nope. She did not commit suicide. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. No, she did not commit suicide. I think. Well, okay. See, so you asked me before if the white form was Septa Lemore. Okay, no. So the white form is someone else. No, because it wasn't. Yeah, the white form should be old by now. She should be not old, but I think she should be too old to be Septa Lemore. She might be someone else, but I don't think she's Septa Lemore. I think that Ashara Dane is Septa Lemore, and Shiera Seastar is Quaith. So there you have it with that. All right, from AU Pack Mule. Yo, holla at me later if you want to learn about how to set up the OBS properly. Forgive me if I sound like I'm stuttering here, trying to like catch up with the words in my brain. All right, is there a reason Bran had to go see Blood Raven? Why couldn't Blood Raven use the weirwood? Yeah, the weirwood tree. Um. Okay, so the reason why Bran had to go see Blood Raven is because the children of the forest uh need him. The children of the forest are the ones who need him. Um yeah, the children of the forest are the ones who need Bran. They use Blood Raven to get Bran there. I believe that the children of the forest, and you can check out a video I had about this earlier. Um the children of the forest are trying to A, defeat the White Walkers, and B, get rid of all humans. And they're trying to use Bran to do it. But in order for them to trap Bran, they had to get him there, because you got to think about it, right? When he gets there, he sees all these bones, all these other children of the forest connected to the werewood. But if you notice, Blood Raven's been there so long that he's basically like skin and bones, and he's even got the weirwood trees growing through him. And the messed up part about it is, instead of Bran saying, "Yo, I need to get the fuck out of here because you people are crazy," he's looking at it like, "Oh, well, okay, well, I guess this is just what's got to be done. You know, it's just what got to be done." And no, Quentin is not dead. But anyway, Quentin lives. But let's see here. So next up from Ricky, the dream Danny has about a guy with blue lips, is that a foreshadow of a relationship or unwanted encounter? I would say unwanted encounter, personally. And obviously the guy with blue lips is uh Euron Greyjoy. No two ways about it. Eli obviously does not like Danny. Let's see here. And apparently neither does Boy Wonder. We got a few Daenerys haters in here. Oh well. Hey, can't win them all. All right, so Diana asks, who will be the Valonqar? So Valonqar. I'm gonna say Jamie. I'm gonna go with Jamie, and I'll tell you why. Look, they've both talked about how they will die the same way they came in. Um, and I think at the end of the day, something's gonna wind up happening where Cersei winds up stabbing Jamie, and when Jamie is dying, he's gonna wind up choking her to death. So they both wind up dying at the same time. That's my prediction. I could totally be. Uh, mm, no, I do not think that the Valentine is Azor Ahai. I don't even know if Azor Ahai is a real thing. I mean that might be that might be a super red herring. That might want to be in like the biggest red herring of all. That would be kind of messed up if it is, but it could be like the biggest red herring of all. Oh yeah, and just so you know, and also I would like to go on record as stating that Azor Ahai is not the last hero. Um, I believe that the Night's King, from the books at least, the Night's King is the last hero. Excuse me. I want you guys to go back and read the story of the last hero. Read the story of the Night's King, and I'll just break it down for you real quickly. They talk about the last hero. The last hero had 12 companions. He and those 12 companions were the original Night's Watch. The Night's King is said to be the 13th Lord Commander. He mated with a woman who appears to be a White Walker. Bran sees a White Walker. I don't think that those 13 that those other 12 that he was with excuse me. I don't think that those other 12 that he was with just wound up dying. I think that he made his pact with that night queen, the Night's Queen, whatever you want to call her, and he wound up sacrificing his 12 friends, the other 12 original members of the Night's Watch, to the White Walkers. So, let's see here. I know I got way off topic there, but I just every now and then I gotta just throw some stuff at you, just so you guys get it. Let's see. All right, all right. So from the boy wonder, do you think Bran is the Night King? I have heard some absolutely amazing theories, and in fact, there's a gentleman from. He sounds like he's Scottish. I could be totally wrong. He could be Welsh. He doesn't sound like he's English though. He's from somewhere in the Greater Britain area. But a gentleman, Game of Theories, you probably subscribe to him already because he's got like 10 trillion more subscribers than I do. Because everybody has 10 trillion more subscribers than I do these days. But he made a video recently saying that he thinks that Bran, at least in the show, is gonna wind up being that dude that we saw strapped to the trees, and with the dagger plunged into his chest. That whole theory is straight fire, straight fire. You know, yeah. So that would be interesting if that happened. One sec, one try to. Holy shit! Seriously, man, smokescreen just hit me up with $5. Wow. You know what? I do have another drink. So thank you, smokescreen, my man. Okay, okay. So another Q and another question from Valamogolis. Why Crasher? Why his blood? His boys? Who is he? That's an open ended to speak on. Okay, all right. So look, Ricky, I think I answered your question about Willis Tyrell already. We're not gonna see him in the show. We will see him in the books. But all right. So look, I will take five more questions after the one from Val Margolis. Five more questions, and then after that, I'm gonna call it a wrap because I actually still have to. I still got work to do, like from work. I still got paperwork to do. Uh, Look, do yourselves a favor and never become a bureaucrat. Right? I know I do not dress like a bureaucrat, but yeah, don't become a bureaucrat. All right, so why Craster? Why his blood? So look, there have been many a theory about Craster. Uh, and I don't remember where I heard it first, but I've heard about Craster possibly being a Stark of some sort. About him also possibly being Blood Raven's kid, which would be very interesting, even though he doesn't seem to have any of the features, whatever. Yeah, that I don't know. It's like who Craster is obviously important somehow, right? And I think in order to really find out who he is and why he's important, we have to find out who one of his parents is. At least one. If we can find out just one of his parents, that will give us so much in terms of how how he was able to make the deal with the White Walkers, and also why they made the deal with him in the first. Because just finding out like who one of his parents was, sets up a whole thing. And I'm trying to think who was it that someone made a video recently. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and sometimes I get confused as to who said what sometimes, because that's how many videos, and I'm fascinated by people's opinions and theories. But someone someone said earlier about Craster. What was it? That they had looked into the family tree to see other Starks that may have gone to the wall, but they weren't able to find anything yet. And it may have been smokescreen. It may have been smokescreen, but I'm not 100% sure. Uh, like I said, I watch a lot of it. We'll see what happens with. All right. So for my man Ricky Hunt, let's see here. Do you think Darren second was Aemon's son? Love the Blackfire shirt. Yeah, yeah. I definitely think he was Aemon the Dragon Knight's son. Um, yeah, he was definitely Aemon the Dragon Knight's son. We already know that Aemon was in love with his sister, and okay, yeah, that was Smokescreen. Shout out to Smokescreen. Gotta get up, man. Seriously. Um, so he was in love with his sister, and wept on wedding night when she got married to Aemon the fourth. I mean Aegon the fourth. Yeah, Darren the fourth, falseborn, House Blackfire. Know what it is. Okay. Let's see here. Another one. All right. So there's a mountain have a head. His head was supposedly sent to Dorne with Valaria. Is he a white of some sort and can only be killed, and only fire can kill him? All right, so look, um, so here's the thing, right? I think that the Lannisters probably sent Duncan the Tall's head. I think the Lannisters probably sent Duncan the Tall's head. So yeah, I don't think that I don't think that that dude is the headless horseman. Although that would be quite interesting. Roberts. See, now I'm gonna have to go back and look into the goddamn story about Ichabod Crane. See if there might be any clues at whether or not he would source. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Oh wow. Yeah, alright, Val Mogolis, yeah man, Valo Dahirus. See you later. God damn. Oh man. Alright, alright, any more questions before I before I turn this off for the oh man. I know it's a couple of seconds behind, so that is hilarious. Listen man, Nightbot put in work. Don't put no damn caps in his chat, man. Put them caps in the chat. It's a wrap for you. You're gone. All right, yo, Ion, yo, you. Oh my god, man, yo, you, Ion Trone, you got issues. You got some, you got some serious issues, man. Uh, top 100 favorite chapters. Oh my god, this fucking guy with top 100 favorite chapters. Nah, I can't. Come on, man. Ask a real fucking question. You know what? I gotta take a damn puff off of fucking. Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys, yo, worst, absolutely worst. Oh my god. Thank you, Steph, for subscribing to me. I don't get many subscribers. I don't even get many subscribers that actually watch the damn videos, but I do appreciate all of you who actually uh do come through and subscribe to the channel and stick. Okay, so will the seven kingdoms exist at the end? I don't see the kingdom being the same. Many houses were killed off. Okay, so I think that most likely you will not have a seven kingdoms. I think you will have a united kingdom after all this. Um, yeah, I think you're gonna have a united kingdom after. And the knee. Oh wow, got another subscriber. Thank you, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you're in here watching. Um, yeah, look, a lot of the houses is gonna be killed off. I mean, it's funny because now here is the question, right? Is it grayscale or is it the White Walkers that are the story's version of the Black Death? Because for those of you who know your European history, the Black Death came through, straight up ravaged Europe, right? And so now the question that we have is, you know, which one of these two diseases? Because the White Walkers are a disease. Which one of these two diseases represent the Black Death? Which one of them will wipe out the most people in Westeros and leave it for a new class of people to take over? No idea. No idea. And yeah, I will check out vapewild.com, Valamogolis. Um, Diana, yeah, there is a cure for grayscale, but I'm pretty sure there is a cure for the White Walkers. We will find out. Um, okay, so all right, Ricky Hunt is asking, do I support Tourney of Ashford theory? Champions of Ashford Tourney resemble Sansa's suitors. She will be wed to Targaryen, maybe a. I remember the first time I heard that theory. Um, I remember the first time I heard that theory, and I was like, "Wow, that is a very cool and very ominous theory," and it makes a lot of sense. George likes to also play things in cycles, and we're seeing a lot of things play out now. That if you go into Dunkin' Egg or the World of Ice and Fire or Rogue Prince, the Dance of the Dragons, that are that are playing out in similar fashion. So um the thing about it is, will she have enough? Because she's so far in the book, she's only on one marriage, so she'd have to get married like three or four more times. Because I think it's like altogether either like 4 or 5 suitors. So I mean, like, so you got what you call it, Harry Harding, right? Harold Harding. So she'd have to get married to him, and he'd have to die. I think Robert Aaron, who honestly speaking, I don't think that Robin Aaron is going. Sweet Robin is not going to die. A lot of people are thinking that, oh, he's a sickly little boy. Littlefinger's son is not going to die. Littlefinger's son is not going to die. Not in the way people think. I think Sweet Robin is going to wind up outliving some of the other people that they're thinking are going to wind up killing him or outlasting him. Let's see. Uh, um. Now, okay, so Diana, if you're talking about the show, uh, if you're talking about the show, no, Tyrion did not release the. Well, okay, he unchained them, but they never came out of the cave or the crypt or whatever. So, um, yeah, they never came out of the catacombs wherever they were. So, you know, remember they didn't come out until Daenerys came back and she started roasting the Wise Masters ships and all that. All right, Steph, let's see the question. Really, let me think. The White Walkers. I mean, well, it's possible. Um, it's possible that they actually do that. But all right. Good night, Biotic Flux, and also Smokescreen. See you guys later. Thank you for coming. Yeah, the White Walkers will be part of the catalyst that will overturn things for the show. I mean, for not for the show, for the books. And in terms of the order of things, et cetera, et cetera. For good. Yes, I have watched the Order of the Green Hand. Shout out to the Order of the Green Hand, even though I'll be honest with you, some of their stuff, uh, you know, about 35 feet worth of tinfoil. Still have my tinfoil around here. normally keep the tinfoil for when it for when it arises. But yeah, man, there's a lot of tinfoil in the Order of the Green Hand stuff. Even though they do make a lot of good points, you make a lot of good points. But I'll be honest with you, yeah, man. Sometimes I listen to stuff and I'm just like, yo, easy, easy, easy. Oh man, you know what? Okay, so one more question. One more question, and then I will call it a night. I've been on here a lot longer than I actually expected. This is probably my longest uh solo stream. I only plan on being here for an hour. I only plan on being here for an hour. Okay, so last question from Ricky Hunt. Jamie and Cersei, Mad King's kids. Well, you know what's the crazy thing, right? So the way that George has written this whole thing, it is it is very interesting because you have a lot of stuff that is juxtaposed. You have Tyrion's look, which he has pale blonde, um, like kind of pale blonde hair, but then also like streaks of like black and regular blonde. But then also he has like one black eye, one green eye, and then there's the whole thing about did Joanna sleep with this dude? Um and then also you got Jamie and Cersei, and if you look at Cersei's actions, am I no longer streaming anymore or something? Like, yo, guys, I'm still answering the question. But I see everybody like, yo, all right, we out. But the way that Cersei acts is very reminiscent of the Mad King. Jamie hasn't really presented any kind of any Targaryen esque features, right? So it's one of those things where the way George has written it, um, it could be a toss up. It could be either one. It could be that the twins are there. It could be, I mean, yeah, it could be the twins are Eris's kids. It could be Tyrion. It could be all of them, and we just don't know. We do not know whatsoever. It is so damn hard to figure out. Um, and honestly, I wish I had a more concrete answer for you guys. Yeah, I really wish I had a more concrete. I don't want to lie to you. Uh, I stopped thinking about it because I don't know that we're ever gonna get the answer. Because remember, George has said that there are things that we're just not gonna get the damn answer to. And I do believe that this is one of those things that it's just gonna be left up to speculation, until the end of time. It's cool, you know, it's cool. I'm cool with it. Hey, J Mocha, what's going on? Uh, man, seeing now I feel bad because I'm about to actually get out of here in a couple of minutes. He just came in to say hi. Oh man, oh shit, it's K Mocha. See, I've been this is having a better, much bigger effect on me. I'm seeing K's, I mean J's instead of K's and shit. I'm yeah. See, this is how you need to know. This is how you know that I need to really call it a wrap for myself. Uh, Dunkin' Egg. No. Will he answer that in Dunkin' Egg number 7? Probably not. I mean, because that's still a little far removed. Remember, by the time Dunkin' Egg, yeah, when Dunkin' Egg were around, I don't, I don't think the Lannister twins were not born yet that I know of. I gotta go back and check. I don't think that the Lannister twins were yeah were born yet. Yeah, green sea in the chat with a drink. That is uh Game of Thrones behind the scenes footage season 7. There's always behind the scenes footage. I mean, like, oh, can't see it. Damn, that's messed up. Steph, what country are you in? You can't see it in your country. That's real messed up. Um, yeah, shout out to all the people who came through and gave a like. You know, no eunuchs here to come through and dislike. That's what we call them around here. If you come through the dislike a video, you are a eunuch. Straight up and down. And not even like a popular one like Varys or Grey Worm. Fucking nobody. Uh oh wow. Um Shout out to Ireland. Oh, yeah, shout out to everybody. Damn, HBO Nordic. That's crazy how in different places like they'll have like different versions of the same channel. Uh Yo, and Ricky, all right, so to you, and we'll finish off, after this I'll give some shout outs or whatever and then and talk about what's happening for next. Um Yo, I'll be honest with you, that would be heartbreaking if Joanna actually slept with Aerys Targaryen and Tywin Lannister in the same day. Oh god, that would be, oh my god, chill. But I see, but here's the only problem with that theory is the fact that Jaime and Cersei look pretty much exactly alike. That's the only problem with that theory, right? Because you know they talk about how Cersei says that they used to look so much alike that they would dress up as each other to see how long it was before someone would be able to spot the difference. So I highly doubt that Joanna slept with both of them in the same day. Oh, Jake, come on, bro. How you just gonna show up at the end like this? Are you my man though? For real, for real. Um, I mean, yeah, it's possible that she got raped by the Mad King, but I don't see. Here's the thing, though, right? I don't think that Rayella would have been mad at Joanna if Ares had raped Joanna. If Ares raped Joanna, remember, Rayella knew what it was like getting raped by Ares, right? So I don't think that she would be mad at Joanna if Ares forced himself on. Unless this was some kind of Greek tragedy. If you ever read some of like the Greek myths, like yo, you know what? Go back and read the myth about Medusa. Like yo, like that shit was fucking crazy. Like she gets raped by Zeus. Hey, all right. So, real quick. This should be like the last thing before I give final shout outs. Talk about next week's stream. So with the myth of Medusa, Medusa was a virgin priestess that worked in Athena's temple, I believe. She was very beautiful, very beautiful, and Zeus wanted to have sex with her because that's what Zeus did. Zeus slept with mortal women to make demigods. And so the crazy shit about it is Zeus rapes Medusa, and like that wasn't her real name. I forget what her real name was. Gets raped by Medusa. I mean, gets Medusa gets raped by Zeus inside the temple, and Athena, for whatever reason, uh, it decides to punish Medusa, basically saying it's your fault that you got raped by Zeus. And unless George was hearkening back to some Greek myth like that, I don't think that he would have made it where Rayella gets mad at Joanna for getting raped by Ares. So I think whatever happened between Joanna and Ares, if there was anything that actually did happen, it was consensual. So that's why I'm going to leave that one. But all right, so and we're at about has it been almost 2.5 hours? Wow, this is a lot crazier. Um, so here's what we're gonna do. Next week, I'm gonna try to make sure that this starts on time, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Thursday. This is gonna be my weekly thing. Uh, so you guys come back and watch me again next week. Shout outs real quick to everyone who is in the chat. Got Ricky Hunt, got Jake Cruz, Ion Trone, One True David Adams, Steph, Diana Prince, Valor Mogolis. I think my man LT Giles is still in here. As far as theme for next week, um, look, you know what? I'll try to figure out something, but I would love for you guys to leave me suggestions on who you would want for me to talk about. Leave a suggestion on a particular character. Shout out to Ida Niles. If you leave it, in the comments after the video is over, I will definitely see it, and hopefully people will vote on it or something. Um, Boy Wonder, what's going on? Yeah, and because I'll be doing these every week, and it's funny because like I did not plan on it being this long, but I'm glad to have been there. Let's see, Cassit. Oh, good lord, I'm not sure how the hell to pronounce Medusa's real name. Um, Cassit, Casop, Casopia, Cat, Cas. Oh my god. Listen, I'm horrible. I'm horrible right now. Anyways, listen, you guys already see what it says down below. Rate, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, come back for more. Come and have some fun with all of us. That has been my time here. I gotta get to work. Thank you very much for rocking out with me. And Vala Dohirus.